Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Airships Conquer the Skies. Today's beverage is a very nice peppermint tea. So welcome back to the game, and in the previous episodes we were doing some designing and fighting, specifically in the airship editor, and we made the Kestrel, which is a boarding vessel, and statistically on paper it is amazing. However, during testing it was utterly garbage. We then went the opposite and made something utterly ridiculous on paper in the form of the Osprey with the mechanical tentacles, and well, it outperformed all of our expectations. The mechanical tentacles smash into the enemy's hull and break it open like a tin of tuna, and then just start om-nom-nomming on all of the crew and squishing them in the end of the tentacles there, and we won most of the fights that we attempted with it. Anyway, let's go and look at the Blackbird, because this is the only vessel throughout our entire fleet, whether it be on ground or in the air, that carries the heavy bombard, and this has changed a lot since we last played it. And this is a short, wide bore gun with high explosive incendiary rounds, utterly pulverizes anything without armor. Now, we are running it on the Blackbird, which is reasonably expensive, 1,444 generic units of currency, and since we last tried it, it's now changed up, and it's now a arcing projectile, so it has a ballistic arc, and it's been rebalanced, and I think we're going to try and utilize one of those on a land ship. If we look at our land ships here, we've got several land ships. We've got the Ad, which is a relatively inexpensive carrier, although it's not that effective. The Badger, which is very effective, a long-range aerial torpedo launcher. We've got the Bullfrog, which is, well, it's cheap, and that's its main feature. 2 external torpedoes and a rocket. We've got the Elk, which is based on something called a Winter, which was something we made years ago. And it's exceptionally effective, and you would expect that being 3,000. We've got the Fox, which has got this, it's suspendium ray. We've got the utterly ridiculous Hippo, the Llama, which is always a drama. We've got the Pig, which is, for its namesake, the Rhino, which was just mainly a test bed to fire this thing here, but nothing really that cheap. Oh, sorry, the Sloth's cheap, but it's also utterly useless. And we have things like the Strider, which is not one of our designs, but comes in game. But this is the sort of thing we want to make, something very, very compact. And the idea is, we've also got the CU mini tank here, which was actually excellent in the Cultist campaign. That's why it's called CU. So we're going to make something that is based around the heavy bombard. All we need to do is bring this into the fray. Now, I did think, why don't we just take, say, the Elk, and then we remove everything off the frontier and all of this, and then we just slap bombards. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason for that is the price hasn't really changed, and it's still very, very expensive. I want to, if possible, I want to make something that, let's go back to the land ship, that is quite inexpensive. Say, I mean, this thing in and of itself is already, how much is it? It is, wow, 252 generic units of currency. There's also a variant of it. Is that a deck version? It is a decked version. It's a walled deck heavy bombard. The problem is that it doesn't change in price. So why would we use that? An external heavy bombard with a gun shield on a walled end deck. Oh, so we got there's a shield there, I think. Yeah, there is. That actually looks pretty good. Do we want to run that then? Yeah, it's very cool. Has it changed in price? No. What does it have in terms of HP? 240. What does this one have? It has, let's just place the other one in. I mean, no, don't do that to me. Could we have that? We could, actually. I wasn't aware that there was variants. Okay, let's attempt to build something like this. I shouldn't, but we are. So let's see. We need some sort of way to. Well, what are we missing? Well, we're missing everything. We need ammunition. We need propulsion. We need crew. So we're going to go with resources here, and we're going to use probably an ammo store, which is going to connect up there. This has already went away from the sort of mini type of vessel that we were aiming for, but no matter, we'll see how we get on. And I mean, if we were just to do that, though, would it be better? Would it be better? How much ammo do they use? It says for this one, Reload time is 6 seconds. Blast damage is 50. Splash distance is 5 meters. 31 piercing damage. Recommended crew 4. Flammable explodes easily. Oh, yeah, this is a bad design with 2 of them stacked up. Are we still going to try it? Probably. Yeah, so we're going to have a total of 100 ammo, and it reloads every 6 seconds. I think it just takes 1 ammo, so that's more than enough. How much does the small ammo store carry? It carries 24. I'm tempted to go with the small ammo store and 2 of those, although what's the price difference? The price is only 9. No, let's go with that, and to connect that, we're going to need a hatch of some kind, and while we're on here, we're going to go with, it'll be in resources again, a fire extinguisher. Yep. That's fine. We also need a coal store, so we're going to put a coal store in. I'll say there for now because the underslung is going to be the tracks, and let's see what sort of propulsion we can run with. There are wheels, and just wheel it in, could we? No, I think we're going to go with some. Is that a large engine? Yes, it is. What about just an engine and just little wheels? How much is the engine? The engine is 98 generic units of currency. The tracks are 188. So actually the wheels are not terrible when it comes to the... they're not terrible in terms of getting it where it needs to go. The problem is it's going to ground out, so we can only really field it on a flat bit of ground. But no matter, let's see how we get on. We don't have any crew, but we can possibly fit them on the back, although it's going to start to change the look of it a bit. That's all right. Let's do that for now. And I do think we'll have crew on the back there. Let's just go to crew, and naturally we're just going to use a cockpit. A bridge is not what we need. Putting it there, though, it means it's almost certainly going to get hit when the ammo store goes up. I guess that's all the problem with mini tanks, though. That is indeed the problem. The reason I'm building it like this is if it doesn't work with the top gun, we can just remove the top gun and it becomes a lot cheaper. Anyway, let's stick with that for now, and we're going to go with it's going to be crewman quarters, and I think it's going to go in here, and that is actually exactly what we needed. So shall we run with that? I think so, although if we were to put that there, it would give better access, although I'm not convinced it's worth it. So we're going to put it there, and the reason for that is we can go to, is it in basic? I just want a little deck that goes across. It is in somewhere. Structural deck, steel deck, like that. Yeah, that's what I was aiming for. And I think we just need to put some solid shapes on it now. So for the front, we're going to put that in there. And for the back, we're just going to have in some of these. That's not what I was attempting. That, and then that, just to give it a bit extra shape. I don't like this bit here. You know what I might do? I might bring this forward, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're bringing that forward, putting that shape at the front there, and then we'll use that one, like so. Okay, it's it's going to have the back snap off in any moment, I think. You know what? Was it right the first time? Oh, let's not mess too much with it. Let's try it. It's 700 and... Oh, we haven't even tried armour yet. Armour. Wooden. Not enough. Steel armour. Ship is heavy and may have... Oh, yeah. May have difficulty navigating terrain. Okay. We're going to call it the hamster. Say the design. And let's see if this bathtub with guns is going to do anything. So, over to combat. And land ship. We'll put the hamster in there. I don't even know how it's going to fare. And against a building... Oh, the orc is about the right cost. was going to say, I only put one in. 819 versus 717. We are not going to win this fight at all. Okay, so no target available. I'm going to say ram and go there. And let's see if it can actually move. It can move. And this is a flat plane. So naturally, the wheels are going to have to do a fairly bit of heavy lifting when it comes to these little edge bits. But it's slowly getting there. And, oh, the first obstacle is in view. We have recoil. We have a tree. No matter. We went over the tree. We're good. And I realised the recoil when this fires actually stops it completely dead. I'm getting... There's the projectile. That's a big shell. And here it goes. Boom. So we're just going to get closer. Closer is better for us. And to the tree. There's that recoil again. We are taking considerable hits if we go to outside view. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right, we're dead. And there's the ammo store gone up. So I didn't expect anything less. But we're able to head towards them. And we surrender. Yes. Okay. We might have got a bit unlucky with that one. Let's try that again. And this time building. We are going to put the... Should we put the oak back or should we try something a bit cheaper? Let's try something like the Silent Watcher, which is a little bit less gunny. And we'll put in, once again, the hamster, and we'll put it in there, and we'll start that, and then we'll just go forward. Now, I have a feeling that this thing is going to pretty much break before it gets there, because we're having to go through all of these trees. And it's almost certainly causing damage to the sort of chin of it. But it's still sort of getting there. It's still sort of getting there. It's also going to probably bottom out here on the back. Is it going to do that? Oh, it was close. And it still might. Are we close to being able to fire? There we go. There's the shots out. Good hits. Good hits. Still getting closer. Although, is it best to stay where we are? Let's go there. Engines to full power. And you can see the damage already on the opponent here. There's a good hit. And sadly that one looks like it'd be a dud. Didn't hit at all. So this thing is armed with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 standard cannons and 2 rifles. It's also got rear-mounted 1, 2, 3 rifles, I think. And I should really say that the idea for this was to have something inexpensive that we could field against mainly stuff on the conquest mode that is lightly armoured, so things like wooden pirate bases and things like that. The advantage with these things, these bombards, is that when they hit, they do a decent amount of piercing damage, but the splash damage is so that it just rakes the armour off. And even though we are obviously taking cannon fire back, every time we hit this, it's causing actually quite a decent amount of damage. You can see they're trying to repair it there. Oh, hang on, I think we've lost... Well, we've certainly lost crew, and I think we've lost all propulsion by the sound of it. No, the gun blew up. Right, ramming speed. Oh, it's a lot quicker now that we've lost half the vessel. Okay, we'll leave that. So, it can't fight against something a lot cheaper than itself. Is it worth redesigning the entire thing? Yes, probably. What we're going to do is we're going to rip out a lot of what we've made, because I think we can get this to something that is cheaper and that is more in keeping with the original idea. What I mean by that is we're still going to have a fire point. We're still going to have the cannon set up as it is, but we are going to have it so that the resources are a lot more sparse, as in we're going to have a small ammo store, and we'll have the small ammo store right near the coal store. That is not a good idea, but whatever, we'll run with it for now. And then we want, I think, what do we need? It says minimum crew of 4. That's what it says at the moment. But we've got command and crew, crewman bunks, and it says minimum crew of... it says minimum crew of... I think it was 4, but it recommends 9, and there's 9 if we do that. Okay, let's try that. Let's put some solid shapes on this thing. I'm going to do that. Actually, no, I like the idea of that. So we want to put that on the back. We want to put that on the bit there. We want to maybe flip that. And there we go. Okay, that actually looks a bit more like it. Actually, I was going to say more like a hamster, but no, it's more less than a bathtub. Less like a bathtub. Save that design, and now if this goes up, at least we've only lost 500 as opposed to 700. Still a bit more expensive than I have envisaged, but let's see how we get on. So over to combat, add a building. We're not going to put the oak against it because that's just really unfair. We'll put this watchtower again, and we'll go for the land ship, and we'll put the hamster in there. And naturally, we could, if we really wanted to, we could have a lot of these fielded. So I mean, we did make a mini tank, which was about 300 odd generic units of currency, which was very inexpensive for what it brought to the table. This is getting towards that level, so it's I'm going to actually sit it there. It's actually more in keeping. So we are quite a way away, and that means we have to weather their shots. But already we've got a couple of really good shots on them. Reload every 6 seconds for us, and I've just heard fire being put out there, and we can see we've fired 3 shots, 21 ammo out of the 24, so a lot less. Yeah, well, that was a missed shot, sadly. Let's just pause it and go to outside view. We are taking an absolute pounding, so I don't think we're going to survive this one again. I don't know whether going closer is better. Armor's gone. Yeah, they've just shouted. Okay. But as I said, the idea for this thing is not really to take on this sort of thing. It's more pirate bases, but we'll try this one fight here, and then if this doesn't work, we'll load up something that's a bit more fitting for the idea of this vessel. It doesn't help that a lot of them are missing. I could go with aimed fire, but I don't think we have the time to aim. I mean, yeah, because we're obviously taking considerable damage. Oh, it hit there by the look of it. I thought something was about to explode. At least it looked that way. Oh, hang on, we've had an explosion. I think the weapon's gone. I think the weapon's gone, looking at the stats. Yep, there it's gone. Okay, so it's a lot quicker now, and it's got this very defiant look about it. Right, let's go with a building, and yeah, I don't think putting against one of them would work. That one would be an easy win because I can't see us. There, defensive structure 17. It feels Keeper of Crows, that's all right. The Sentinel. Yeah, this is the put it against the U. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's how many would we get? We get 3, wouldn't we? Let's go with land ship and the hamster. 1, 2, 3, and we're still more points. I can't believe that bringing 3 bombards to the fight, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cannons, 2 rifles, and all of these mortars on the top, which we are just about to come into range of. Oh, good grief! I'm not looking forward to the return fire. Hang on, we're all in range now, so I'm just going to park them like that. Okay, so there's our bombards going out, and oh, right on the stained glass. That great weak spot of this thing. So we're taking considerable fire back, but because we're fielding them en masse, we might get lucky and only lose maybe 1 or 2 before we cause some serious damage. That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming to hit something that's... We've already lost 1 weapon, I can just tell. Yep, that one's lost a weapon, so that's now become a ramming vessel. Yeah. Oh, there's the bombards. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's the mortars coming into play. At least we can keep going forward, and here we go, ramming. Right, so we've caused more damage by ramming than we have done by actually using those weapons. And oh, this thing's almost out of health as well. If you go to the outside view, oh, it's about to blow up as well. All right, okay, so we'll use its mouth now to ram into the opponent. Yeah. I mean, the inherent issue is obviously that this thing is armoured. It's got a lot of crew to repair it. I'm pretty sure it has a machine shop on board, this thing. Yeah, that one hit there, and it was like a splash. It looks like it was going to work, but it did not. So I just got to max speed to finish up with the inevitable here, and there it is. So all 3 are immobile. I'm starting to feel like we're not going to be able to do any major damage with this. So there's... I mean, it would be defensive structure 17. If we really field something like that against it, I mean, is it going to work? I don't believe so. We'll try. I mean, if we can't take out the Keeper of Crows, maybe, or defensive structure... No, if we can't take out defensive structure 17, we'll mark this down as an utter failure. Land ship. And, I mean, I reckon putting it against things like the llama, it would probably fare up quite well. Same as the hippo. And I doubt the elk. Hamster. We could also change the armor up and make it just... make it wood, and that'll make it even cheaper. But then, yeah, the whole idea is to bring this weapon to bear as cheap as we can. Don't know if putting canvas armor on it would be the way forward. But anyway, we are going through all of these stalagmites. These are suspendium mites, I think they are. You can see they've got suspendium inside, and I'm just having to ram through them. At the moment, we are obviously out of range and take a run up at it. We're literally not able to get there because of this one bit. Yes, I think that is actually the case. We're completely stuck. It can't even defeat rocks. Okay. Don't think there's anything we can do. Full speed. It won't go forward, it won't go back. Now the gun's on fire. Luckily we can put it out, which is fine. We're going to have to leave that one. Okay. Sometimes things just don't work out. Let's go to Alps. Yes, I'm sure we'd fare very well against all of this. Not. Grassland, lowland ruins, mixed, rocky meadow, rocky mountains. Oh yeah, so this thing here, we wouldn't even be able to get over that. There you go, sparse grassland, and in the day, and we're going to go with building, and we'll put against this the defensive structure 17, which is a lot cheaper, so it's not really a fair fight. We'll add in, we just want to see if we can defeat anything with the hamster, and we'll put it there and start the fight and move forward. So here we go. We have a flat, open plain, level grade. We've not got any other things to impede our progress apart from ineptitude and bad design, and let's see if we can take this thing on. I don't know if getting closer and just driving right up to it is the way forward. It's a shame I don't have any designs that actually have any wooden structures, although there might be one in the monster section. We'll have a quick look after this fight, but I think this thing would actually be okay against other ground vessels, especially ones that are sparsely armoured. So here we go, we're right up close now, and it's basically using it as a shotgun. I actually really like the look of it. Oh, it's going to blow up, isn't it? Okay, so it's gone, so we'll ram. Yay, we took one cannon out. Okay, I'm going to mark this as pretty much utterly useless. Okay, so you join me in the trenches, and this is a mission. If you've not seen these, it is in, well, naturally called missions, and this is the trenches. This has a couple of, lots of defensive structures, which 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Lots of flak and some cannons and I think some rifles. We've got this walker here, and then basically we've got obviously these trenches. We're not going to be able to go over it. However, if we go to landship and the hamster, how many can we field? I reckon we can field a good amount, and this might be a better way to do it. Now it says here the budget is 3,600. The enemy is only 2,100. So what if we equip ourselves to be about that? Oh yeah, there we go. It's almost equal. 2,128 as opposed to 2,152. This isn't obviously really the fight that this was intended for, but it is the closest approximation to, let's say, what we were designing these for, which is to take on little structures like this, even though we can't even defeat rocks or trees. But anyway, let's see what we can do. And already, wow, that has absolutely decimated that walker that they had. Okay, that was a bit more like it, a bit more like what I expected. Also, maybe that's what we can pivot to, taking out other like walkers or other vessels. Maybe. I mean, I've only really tested it in isolation against these static structures, which are inherently very cost-effective. We've already lost... Yeah, the weapon's already gone. Go forward here, might as well. And we're not taking out the cannons. I mean, this is, again, stacked in our favour here. That cannon's almost gone. And they're losing crew. A couple more shots. And there we go. Is that cannon on fire? It was on fire for just a second. We won't be able to get over the trench. Keep going. Oh, hang on, wait. Yes, they've lost some of their weapons. Right. So, all of these guys, target the front one. All we need to do is take out that cannon. That's all we're aiming for here. And... oh, we've lost... what was a half health on the bombard there. And there's an explosion. And I think we've had another explosion. Yep, we've lost half our weapons. Bring the other bombards in. Here they go. Fire in the bombards. Can this now go over the top so it can drive on its mate? Yes, it can! Oh, right, okay. It's I'm now being hit by flak, but the cannon's gone. Right, these guys. Target that one. Go, ram. Go, 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 go. And... okay. It's utterly useless, this thing, but... by... oh, it's really fun. It's really fun to run with these. Right, we'll go down. We've taken a bit of damage here. What are we targeting? We're targeting this one. I think we can still... I think the arc of fire is still clear, so it can shoot low. Although it seems to be hitting quite high there. The way we use one of the dead ones to ramp off it, to then get past it. That's not something I would have expected. Alright, we're going to max speed this out because there's not much else to really focus on now other than just take these things out. Why are we not firing? Are they literally out of arc? Are they out of ammo? They're out of ammo. So, can't even win against something that's inherently stacked in our favour. So that's the hamster. Another failure, I think it is fair to say, but we have learnt a couple of things. Firstly, the bombard is exceptionally effective, as it even says, to be fair, when it comes to structures and, well, anything that's not really that armoured, pulverised anything without armour. We've really tested it against stuff with stone walls, whereas the walker that I think was coming towards, it wasn't really heavily armoured, and it disappeared after only a couple of volleys. I think this would be better against things like the badger, just charge towards it. It would definitely take the bullfrog out. The elk, probably not, although there's so much ammo on that thing, then it would probably just blow up. The fox again would be quite a good one, so I might test it again, or certainly the llama, it would absolutely decimate it because that's got only wooden armour. So yes, against airships, the hamster is fairly useless. However, against lightly armoured static structures, it's probably going to be quite good. Against other ground vessels, it might be okay as well, but I do think the first version was the worst one. Making it a lot cheaper, it is the way to go. I'm tempted to fill it with wooden armour, which it makes it even cheaper again, 451. Let me know what you think about that, and where I've went wrong. Is it just inherently bad design? Is it in the testing process? All of the above, none of the above. Either way, it's been fun trying this out, and it's been that last mission there was quite Quite an amusing one at that. Either way, hope you have enjoyed this little look at airships. If you want to see more of this sort of thing or have any ideas for any builds, designs, or upgrades and changes, let me know in the comments. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.